Okay, you chose the first one. I'm choosing the next category. Relationship.
Okay. How did you and Sandy meet?
Yee. It's how did
Why
we meet?
ye?
Huh?
Why are you doing that? Like,
It's just a reaction. I'm basing my reaction to say it's about to go down.
it may sound like a bad thing.
No,
Just
it's just a reaction. It's an African reaction. Like you can do it for lots of things.
Yeah, but it's usually when something bad happens.
Not always.
Every situation or scenario,
sometimes people
something has happened.
No, sometimes when people are bringing tequila shots, I go yee.
Yeah,
but then that's good. No, it's also good. I want to take the shots and have a good time. I go yee, but then I want to have the shots as well. So you can argue that's not a bad thing. Why don't you start your side of the story?
Yeah, so we met in university in 2009, and I was out with my friends and we're coming back from the club, and we were all very excited because it was the first year of uni, so we wanted to see each other's halls of residence. And so his hall was opposite my hall, but I didn't know at the time, so we were just having a look at their rooms, and the friend that we were with knocked on his door, and my friend was talking to another friend of yours.
Yeah, I was playing video games.
And you were playing video games.
FIFA, so, to be specific. Couldn't disclose that.
Your friend who lived in your halls of residence knocked on your door. My friend then went to your door.
Oh, yes, you're right.
And started talking to the friend that you were playing FIFA with.
Yes.
Then I came to the door to see who my friend was talking to. And then you come with your PlayStation. What PlayStation was it? 3, 2?
3.
3 controller to the door with, I don't know, a moody face.
Yeah, but I saw her face. So basically I was playing and they were talking and I was just waiting for them to finish. And then she turned up to the door.
And you wanted to play FIFA. And because I was with your friend from Halls of Residence, you didn't want to.
Oh, I thought, I thought, basically there were 4 of them, 2 of my friends and her and her friend. So I'm thinking, okay, this is some people they've met, right? So I'm not going to disturb whatever might be going on. So I wanted them to carry on their way and we get on back to our video games.
And then we just kept bumping into each other on campus. We had mutual friends. Go to your room, watch you play video games. And then just went from there. For how many years now? 2009, what, 2023 now?
Yeah, I mean, she skipped a lot. After that...
We don't need to get into details. The question was, how do we meet? That's it. You don't need to go into...
Yes, boss.
Details.
Sorry, carry on.
Okay, how many years married? Not even 1.
Yeah, officially, legally, we got married last year. But we've been engaged for...
Since 2017. How did you propose?
We went to a random town. I decided, some people like to plan things out and some people I noticed like to do things naturally. So some people just go somewhere and they just find a random time to propose and when it feels right. So she had booked a spa and I thought, I
think I planned this whole proposal.
No, you planned the spa weekend. And I thought, let me hijack it because then she'll never suspect anything. Because if she's been the one who's organized it, she will never think I'll do anything because she organized it. It's when I organize stuff, she'll think, oh, something might happen here. So I hijacked her booking. I made a call. I said, well, this is what I want to do because she did it and this is less suspicious. So they actually worked with me. And Hastings, um, uh, that's where the spa was. And so one time we had a suite, actually. That was quite a big, that was like a suite. That was more than a suite.
Yeah,
That was
my
like,
mum gave
had
me
a
that.
huge
My
living
mum
room.
gave me that spa voucher to use.
So essentially, I didn't know what to do. Woke up early saying, what am I gonna do? I can't really do anything at the spa. So I simply asked the hotel staff. I said, we're going to the spa today. When I come back, could you like decorate the room or do something? I'm just gonna propose in the room because I don't know what. I didn't tell them I don't know what to do, but I just said, could you just make it, put some petals, candles, roses, whatever. They put candles, dim the room. They put a lot of roses through
Rose
petals because it was the day after Valentine's Day, and all the way through to the bedroom. And through the bedroom, it went on the bed and it formed a heart. And I can't remember what was in the middle. And there was like champagne there and stuff. And then she was shocked. And then she thought, oh, they must have done it because it's Valentine's. Because I was like, what is this? What's going on? Oh, what's happening? She was confused and she was looking at me.
Wait,
and then when she
1 minute, you've missed an important part.
What parts?
We got back from the spa and we had to get the lift.
I thought you didn't want to go into too much detail.
Well, that's part of the proposal. You said you needed to go to the toilet and you ran off. You ran off.
I started panicking.
I just waited till you get up in the room.
I started panicking. I don't know what.
I should have known from then.
I don't know what was going on. I think, guys, you'll be able to relate. You're about to commit your life to one woman and you panic because you're like, what if I'm making a mistake? Am I rushing things? It's just human nature. I panicked. I couldn't breathe properly. So I just said, I need to go to the toilet right now. She was like, why don't you wait till you get to the room? I was like, no, I need to go right now. And I ran on the lobby in the hotel. And yeah, I just panicked a bit and got myself together. So when we got in the room, the roses, the candles, champagne, and I got down on one knee when she turned around, and
I was filming it.
And I said these beautiful words, and I asked her to marry me, and then she just paused and looked at me like, and I was like, well, and she was like, yes, and she looked at me like I was pranking her, like she thought it was a prank. She couldn't believe that, is this guy really proposing to me? And then when she put on the ring, that's when she then let her emotions out.
Anyways, we're happy and called my mom. We drank the champagne bottle, and then we walked down the beach. Not down the beach, but next to the beach.
The strip.
It wasn't a strip. I don't know. Down the road to a nice Turkish restaurant. But by the time we got there, I think we were a bit full on champagne and so we couldn't even eat properly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good.
It was a great feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been together? Well,
I stopped counting.
But how long then? Well, it's good to know. So how long?
13, 14 years.
Yeah.
It's 14 years. It's 14 years, no, isn't it? It's 2020. It's 2023. Yeah, it's 14 years. Damn.
What did you and still like in the other?
Go ahead, ladies first.
I thought we don't do it. It's an equal relationship. We don't have to do ladies first all the time.
I'm being a gentleman.
Since when?
You gonna do me like that?
Anyways, I like your perseverance, your positive attitude. There's a lot of things I like about you. Like, you're unique. You don't not like many people that I know. And I like that you're different to me.
Me too.
Yeah. Sometimes too different, but I still like it.
First of all, I just like the way you are. You're authentically caring. Like you're very caring, unnecessarily, sometimes too much. But
Yeah.
that makes you a friendly person, and you're interested in other people. You're not too judgy. You make an effort to get to know people. So when I first met you, you were just generally nice. Sometimes, especially at that young age, girls treated you depending on whether they found you attractive or not. They
Yeah.
treated you a certain way. And you didn't seem to treat anyone, even people you weren't attracted to, you still treated them just like you would treat someone you're attracted to. So I really noticed that from this time we've met. You treated all of us, me and my friends, the same. So that was nice. You're very different to me. I'm very curious about you. Yes, you weren't so quiet when I first met you, but you're very quiet. And I'm always interested to know what you're thinking. You're a beautiful person inside and outside. Beautiful inside, more than people know. And that part is probably one of the best bits, because then that's how you see how people can grow old together. Because when we're young, we're scared, like, oh, they don't look the same, but you get attracted to people based on how they look. But actually, when you fall in love with someone, it's the inside actually that you fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there are times when, remember, we look at pictures back and I see something, I'm like, yeah, I never saw it.
When I had acne.
Yeah, I never saw it at the time, because it was
Yeah.
not always about how you looked. It was like who you are. So I love that.
Oh, you're going into so much depth. You're making me look bad.
I'm making you look bad.
Yeah.
How?
Because I just said, like.
Oh, okay,
I
fine.
like
I'll
that
stop
you're.
there. So in summary, as you know, there are a lot of things I like about her.
Any advice for picking a partner to become your child's mother or father?
That's a deep question. That's deep, no? That's not like any advice to finding your dream girl or someone you like. It's like how to make a relationship, or it's like to father your kid, to parent, to what was it?
Become your child's mother.
To become your child's mother of wow. I think, I mean, first of all, you have to find someone you get on with, and someone you can face challenges with. Obviously, have a good time, but sometimes I've heard people who go into relationships and they say, "We've never had a fight. We don't have a lot of fights. We don't." I think even though that might be nice, you have to be able to face challenges with them, because when you have a kid, the challenges pile up. So you wanna be with someone that you can face difficulty with. And when I say difficulty, it doesn't mean when difficulty comes, you're still smiling. No, like you can go down with them, even argue or upset each other, and come back from that. So for me, I think that's very important. You need to be able to survive with that person. That would probably be, my answer would have probably been different before I had a kid, but having a kid now, I know that's
What would it have been?
Someone you can get on with.
Just that.
Yeah, like someone you can get on with, you have fun. But now it's like, yeah, you need to be able to go through trenches with this person. Yes.
I have nothing further to add.
Yeah. Right.
Do you and Sandy ever get to have date nights anymore? I try to make date nights happen. Yeah. Not as many as we used to, but even before Kobe, we would struggle to get date nights in because Mopani's friends would book him first in our calendar. So it's always me asking to do things.
I think you're shooting me a shot, and I need to play defense a bit here.
No, Mopani doesn't like planning things.
Yes.
And looking for things. So
yes. I'm not proactive. Yeah. I have a lot of friends. I'm very social.
And it's fine.
And all these relationships, what happens naturally is throughout the course of a week and 2 weeks and a few weeks and a month, one friend will ask, hey, let's meet up and do this. And then you book it in advance in the calendar. Then another one will come, and then you book in advance in the calendar. Then another one. By the time 3 or 4 I've done, they're either evenings or a day during the weekend that is taken up without you really thinking how much time. And because I don't proactively plan and I just whiz through life, la 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 la, there'll come a weekend where Sandy will turn around and be like, hey, hold up, homie. Like, you booked all these things. But in my head, it's not like I went, I'm going to do this with this person, this with this person, this. It just came at me and I was just like, yeah. And I get on with my work and my day and my dad and daddy mopa stuff. And before you know it, 5-6 things are booked in next month and I forgot, but it's in the calendar. So because I'm not proactive, I guess the feedback would be for me to be proactive with it. So that's where the challenge has been with me.
Yeah. Because I'll try and book you. I don't like saying book.
Yes, I think it was easier before because before you could come to Friday and you would be like, okay, she would be like, what are we doing tomorrow? I'll be like, I don't know, what do you want to do? Let's go watch a movie, let's go do this. And we could do that. We used to do that a lot, even when we never used to live together. We wouldn't know what to do and then we just
I think it was
freestyle.
When
Yes.
So
together. I think the challenge is we continue that tactic, but the difference is now is I get booked up by other people too. I wasn't getting booked up as much in the past. So I could just turn up on a Friday, Saturday.
This is what happened when we moved into London. So it would be easier. But it's actually harder.
Yeah, London is a vibe. Don't let the city consume you. Yeah. Especially if you're a social person.
Even if it's a day after you've gone out, it's a struggle because you'll be hungover and then it'll just be disastrous. I'm
not always hangover on our activity day. Okay. It's in the bio, people. It's in the bio. A party animal becoming a responsible parent is not new information. But yes, that's our challenge to work with.
We'll figure that out.
Yes, we will.
What do you and Sandy have in common except for Kobe? That's the next question.
We like traveling. We love traveling. We have the same aspirations on how to raise a family. Mm-hmm. But technically that is Kobe, basically. They're saying except that. So let's stay away from that. So we love traveling. We
like the same sort of
movies, music, some, not all of it.
I like everything pretty much. But there might be a certain song in the genre that I don't like.
I like how she says genre. She's talking about hip hop. Yeah.
No, because it could be rock and roll. It could be hip hop, pop.
She's basically saying when there's a lot of swear words and. Okay, sorry, I'm interrupting you. Sorry.
What do you mean swear words?
No, you know when I play Drake out loud sometimes and you're like, I'm making us sound like thugs.
I hear the crickets. What genre is that?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
So there's some hip hop rap that isn't commercialized that I don't like, that you play out loud in the car when we're going through neighborhoods and you want to put it up loud.
The beat, man. You gotta feel the beat. I close the windows though, so they can only hear.
No, but then it's the vibrations. That's even worse.
But they only hear it for a few seconds. Anyway, we love we love traveling. We love the same, mostly music, movies. We have a lot of hobbies.
But even like if we're going out, we like the same sort of style where we go to eat or where we go to stay.
And then
I can put up with more things than you. Like I could go camping.
No.
I could stay possibly in a hostel if I really had to.
No. Not doing it.
I could deal with those things.
No.
But I'd prefer beer.
I'm not doing it. I've done camping once and it wasn't for me.
No, you bring your airbed and stuff.
It was the moment when I had to do number 2 and use. Someone said that I was like, "Where's the tissue?" And they were like, "You gotta use the leaves." That was when I knew it wasn't for me.
Tissue.
Yeah, I know, but we just went.
You've gone rough camping then.
Yes, where you had to go to the river. The river was clean, but you had to use the water to brush your teeth and bath. and
Yeah,
shower.
so that's a different sort of camping.
Yes,
I'm just talking about
and
I
was
can
like,
stay
nah.
in a tent with an airbed and use it. Anyways,
I did camping in Africa.
I can put up with.
I did camping in Africa. The wild in Africa is
Yeah.
different to the wild in the UK. Though what's it? But I think one of the things we like very similar is like we like exploring and doing activities that we have never done before. Like when we did coast steering, or when we went to Snowdonia the first time.
I like doing new things that
Yes.
I wouldn't.
We like exploring. We like adventure, outdoor adventure, not extreme outdoor adventure. One that
coast steering was extreme.
Yeah, but yeah.
But I chose it because I thought I might like it and I would enjoy it.
I enjoyed it. I just wouldn't do it again, but I enjoyed
it.
It was quite scary and
uncomfortable. I think we like to experience new things and do those things together. Even if it's something that we wouldn't normally choose. Yeah.
But those are the things we have in common. But it's a lot to do with also values and interests, aspirations, and ways of living. Yes.
What do you enjoy doing on a date night?
I don't have a date night preference.
Yes, you do. You don't like going to restaurants because you find it boring?
No, it depends.
Since when?
I like restaurants for date nights. So we still have to answer the question. You see, these relationship questions are a problem because then it starts bringing out certain discussions we don't want to have on camera. So let's answer the question. What do y'all enjoy doing on date night? So you answer. I don't have a preference. I just like being with you. If we go and watch a movie for date night, I'll be happy. If we go watch a comedy show, I'll be happy. If we go to a musical or War at Worlds, I'll be happy, right? So there isn't a preference. It's just doing an activity with you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So what do you like doing for dinner?
I like doing a variety of things for date night, but also during the day as well. So it could be going to immersive theatre experiences. It could be the cinema, exploring, like you said, experiencing new activity. We used
to do so many date nights, but activities, random activities, like going to Snowdonia, like zip lining, adventures, coast steering. One can argue that these were date night sort of things, but it wasn't in the night and it wasn't in the restaurant. It was a random activity somewhere with you or a weekend.
But also, like, we didn't do much in London with you because you lived outside, borderline outside London. So things that I would have probably taken you to, I didn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How do you handle disagreements?
I think you saw a few disagreements already. I think we have a key theme we like to use to handle disagreements. The question is, okay, put yourself in my shoes. And we try to use examples for the other person, because it's not always about being right. It's for the other person to understand how the other one feels or why they did what they did. So they have sympathy and empathy, and maybe if they're going to slap you, not physically slap, but tell you off or complain about something, it's softer because it's like, I'm still annoyed at you, but I understand where you're coming from. So I think that's one of the things we like to use when we have a disagreement. Put yourself in my shoes. And then but then what sometimes happens is then we have arguments about the example, saying, no, your example isn't good enough or doesn't make sense or that's not fair.
That's mainly you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from an argumentative family, this is what we do. So
we'll be arguing about something and then you'll create another argument or debate because you want to debate instead of getting into the core.
I had to learn to defend myself and my family. If you didn't learn how to argue, you were shut down.
And Sandy seems to be very quiet and you are the opposite. How do you balance that without one getting frustrated at the other? What's that all about?
Sorry.
Explain.
No, it's just an interesting question.
No, but why?
Finish your question.
What was the thought after that laugh?
Finish the question.
No, but why did you laugh?
Because it used the word. It was just a fascinating question. It's a fascinating question because we do get frustrated with each other because of being opposites. I think the answer is we get frustrated. Like, let's not lie. We do get frustrated. But the levels of frustration is different. There's some frustration where it's annoyance or, like a needle, like just an annoying fly. There's other frustrations where you're like, this is very annoying and it's making me moody. There's other frustration where you're like, this is ruining my day and we need to discuss and sort this out, like now. So I think there's levels, and it's about being able to communicate and going back to when you have a disagreement, how do you handle that? Trying to get the other person to understand our position. So just over the years, we've come up with our own ways of helping each other understand the other person's point of view. It doesn't always work on the spot, but over time it does. So I think sometimes also when you get to know the person, you start letting things go. There's some things that will annoy you, then you're just like, it's just because this person is different.
I think we just accept that you're louder.
Okay, so you accept. Yes. So the answer is acceptance.
That's you as a person.
Yes.
And so I have to accept that you are going to be loud and stuff.
That is the answer to the question. We've accepted.
Yeah.
Yes, acceptance.
Like, you were always louder than me. That's why I liked you, because you have
acceptance is the first stage of liberation. Because when you accept,
that's fine. So
like I accept that Sandy is going to think I'm too much sometimes, and then I'll just laugh about it. Like sometimes she's like, "You're really like," my mom and sister used to say when I was young, it used to annoy me when people used to say you're very loud, and it became an insecurity for me. And so when I did my public speaking, people celebrated my loudness. When I did these videos, people celebrated. So I accepted by that time who I am. So now, when she says you're very loud, my kid self would have gotten annoyed at that. Now, I laugh about it. I find it funny. Why? Because I've accepted myself. I'm a loud person. And she is too much for her. Sometimes I just accepted it. So you're right. The answer is accept. Well said. Well said, young lady. Well said. Next question.
If you wanted someone loud, you could have gotten someone back. Like, you've known that.
I didn't go around choosing I want someone loud or I want quiet. I went around feeling, who am I feeling? What I like, like I didn't pick like, oh, these attributes. We're kids, you're just going with your heart. So
yeah. Sandy is on the reserve side. How does she handle so much male bonding without yelling at all? I think it's too early to answer that question.
How come?
I don't know.
Like, how do you handle male bonding? There's two guys in this house. We are all like, sometimes, there's a lot of guys who can both be loud. He can also be quiet, but there's a lot of guy stuff that happens. He's playing with cars, he's being loud, we're rolling around. See him
as being as a kid and anything.
Okay, so it doesn't.
Him being like a boy's boy at the moment.
So it doesn't. I think it will it's be not too much for you.
When he has like testosterone when he's a teenager, where he's now changing.
So there never comes a point where it's too much for you?
Huh?
Oh, really? Oh, good to know.
Only too much when I wake up in the morning and I just need to get one.
Yeah, then how do you handle that? The one you said only too much when you wake up?
I just stay internal with myself. That's it. You just say I'm going to be out the house soon. So
What? It's funny that you're already timing like it's okay. I'm gonna be out of here soon. Like it's just funny to think about. Well, I'm like I wish I had them for a bit longer, but anyhow.
No, I do, but when you've got to get to work and you've got to be at the house at a certain time, otherwise it's gonna ruin the whole day.
Yeah, true.
What are Sandy's hobbies was the last one. I like watching Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I like browsing the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Reading. I used to read on my, like, get books when I was younger, but now I'm on my phone. It's just easier.
Mm.
I like going out to places, exploring. Traveling is the main hobby, but we don't do enough of it. That would be the main thing, going out, exploring new places, walking around London, finding a little back alleyway.
Why did you like
That's
back
a
alleyways?
hobby. No, they've got like little secret places in London. They're not alleyways, but they've got all these little nooks and crannies.
Why did you like them?
Oh. You find nice pubs there. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, are we finished?
Finish with the relationship, D.